was an intense week of extreme weather and nature disaster in New Zealand, as an unusually powerful storm system brought catastrophic flooding, flash floods, and deadly landslides to large parts of the Upper North Island from January 15th to 22nd, 2026. Heavy rain and flooding triggered by this storm, part of the remnants of a tropical low, broke long-standing rainfall records and overwhelmed rivers, roads, and communities, prompting widespread evacuation orders and emergency responses across multiple regions. In many towns and coastal districts, rivers swelled far beyond their banks, sweeping through streets and rural land, leaving infrastructure damaged and communities cut off. Severe weather, including record-high rainfall totals and powerful winds, raised the threat of flash flooding and flooding across valleys and low-lying areas. The watchers across the North Island's coastal east, authorities issued multiple red heavy rain warnings as rivers flowed at levels not seen in years, forcing residents to flee rising waters and seek higher ground. The watchers' sustained rainfall of this intensity pushed waterways past critical thresholds, with flash flood warnings issued for communities across Northland, the Coromandel Peninsula, Bay of Plenty, and East Cape. The traveler in the town of Warkworth, a man attempting to cross a flooded river, was swept away with his vehicle, with police classifying him as missing amid dangerous flood currents. RNZ meteorologists reported astonishing rainfall totals in just 24 hours. In Waitemata, gauges recorded more than 309 millimeters of rain, a figure rarely seen outside of cyclone events, while Tauranga saw over 274 millimeters, marking its wettest day on record. Reuters, meanwhile, in the Bay of Plenty region, record rainfall and saturated slopes culminated in catastrophic ground failures. Early on January 22nd, a massive landslide tore through a holiday park at Mount Maunganui beachside holiday park, burying caravans, vehicles, and facilities under a wall of mud and debris. Rescue crews worked through treacherous terrain and unstable ground, but by late January 24th, officials confirmed the recovery phase had replaced active search efforts after no further signs of life were detected. At least 6 people, including teenagers, were presumed dead in the campground landslide. Reuters' separate landslides in nearby Tauranga and Papamoa claimed additional lives, with authorities confirming at least 2 deaths after slopes collapsed into homes. Homes, cars, and property were destroyed as enormous volumes of earth gave way without warning. Emergency services reported that further rock and soil slips remained a threat as slopes stayed saturated and unstable, hampering recovery operations and continuing to endanger rescue teams. Across the affected regions, states of emergency were declared in multiple local council areas, including Northland, Thames-Coromandel, Hauraki, Bay of Plenty, and Tyrowiti, as civil defense authorities mobilized evacuation, shelter, and relief efforts.